Hey guys, this is the second session of After School YuGiOh. Sorry for skipping the pleasantries today, but we have a very serious issue to talk about. I've been getting reports of bullying going on during our after school lessons, and you know guys, I've been there. I was just like you. I was a bully. I would make fun of others to make myself feel better. But when I was a bully, at least I was funny. People laughed, so technically it was a 1-for-1. It balanced out. This new type of bullying I've been hearing about, I'm told that it does not even out. In fact, it causes your opponents to minus. I'm sure you've read about it on the news. You probably even know one of these bullies personally. Of course, I'm talking about Shadolls. They are the biggest, bulliest deck in the meta right now, and I'm here to take a stand against these bullies. If you continue watching this video, I'm going to show you how these bullies operate and how you can stand up against them. First things first, let's take a look at these perpetrators. Look at these ugly mofos. All these guys came out of the same set, and the deck plays every one of these dark spellcasting freaks. You've got these 5 stupid animal things, the smelly trap monster guy, a broken ass trap card and fusion spell, and 2 of the creepiest dolls since Chucky and Bride of Chucky. I'm going to start with these animals first. You can fast forward if you've already fallen victim to them, but the really good thing about them is that they all have flip effects and graveyard effects. They always set a monster, and from there, it's just a guessing game. Should I attack or pop face down? Either way, they're going to get an effect off, so you're screwed. Without further ado, we've got Beast. When he's flip summoned, he draws 2 and discards 1. And when he's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you get to draw 1. He's a level 5, so you won't have to worry about that flip effect too often. Most of the time, he'll be dumped to thin the deck. But if he's set, he's a +1. Big bully. Dragon is a real stinker. When he's flipped, you get to bounce one of your opponent's cards. And when he's sent to the grave by a card effect, you get to pop one of your back rows. You do not want to see him on the field. He's an out to a lot of problems. Very versatile. A big bully. Next up is Falco. When he's flipped, you can special 1 Shaddoll monster from your grave in face down position. And when it's sent to the grave by a card effect, it can special itself from the grave in face down position. This card is the worst kind of floater. It's like the high school exit exam. It takes 2 tries to get out of the way. You have to get rid of it in this order. Pop first and then attack over it, okay? It's like shoes. It won't work the other way around. Annoying bully. And then there's Hedgehog, the game's bottom bitch. But somebody's gotta do it. When he's flipped, he gets to search for 1 Shaddoll spell or trap card, and when it's sent to the grave by a card effect, you get to search for 1 Shaddoll monster. Pay attention. This will help you predict their plays. Stupid little bully. And last, but certainly not the ugliest, Squamata. I know this thing looks like the Geico Gecko after a car accident, but this thing packs a punch. When it's flipped, it gets to pop a monster, and if it's sent to the grave by a card effect, you get to dump 1 Shaddoll from the deck. You'll definitely want to pop this if you can. Otherwise, attack over it before bringing out any bigger monsters. Big little bully. There's also Shaddoll Core. He's a trap monster who's trying to be part of the gang, but he smells like onion farts, so he has to hang out in the back row. I mean, I don't know that he smells like onion farts, but look at him. He certainly doesn't look like he's been kissed by the rose on the gray. Better attack over him, because if he's popped, he recycles a Shaddoll fusion. So that's the game for you. But like most bullies, these guys don't like to fight fair. They wouldn't be half as lethal without their weapon. Sinister Shadow Games. This card pushes their deck to the limit. It allows you to dump 1 and flip all your face downs. You're going to trigger at least 2 effects, so it's pretty much always a plus. Very devastating. Shaddoll Fusion is a vicious card that lets you fusion summon using material from your deck while your opponent controls an extra deck monster. Which brings us to the mama and papa of the deck, Winded and Construct. Fusion monsters that use a Shaddoll and a dark monster or a Shaddoll and a light monster. These guys are leaders of the game, and their effects make them the biggest bullies of all. Window doesn't let you special summon more than once, and it can't be popped. Construct destroys any special summon monster it battles. And if either of these monsters are sent to the grave, they can add fusion back to the hand. What can I say? Bullies always have each other's backs. Alright, down to the crimes of these bullies. These things are relentless. Here are a few combos that can really pack a punch. Here's their usual combo to get rid of a problem monster. They will dump a Squamata, usually with Foolish or Armageddon Knight. Squamata dumps Falco, which sets itself. Falco gets flipped and sets Dragon. Dragon will get attacked into next turn and take care of the problem monster. Here's a combo to take care of back row. Set Falco. When it gets attacked, it will special summon a Hedgehog. Hedgehog flips and lets you search for Fusion. Fusion brings out Construct and dumps Squamata when it's summoned. Squamata dumps Dragon, who will pop a back row. Still keeping up? Best thing for Shadolls after making Winda, they tribute Winda to set Beast. Shaddoll Fusion returns to the hand. Your opponent attacks, Beast flips, draws 2, and discards Squamata. Squamata dumps Falco, which sets itself. Next turn, flip Falco to set Winda. Summon another level 4 to synchro summon a level 6, and you end up with a set Winda, a level 6 synchro, and a fusion in the hand. I mean, the combinations are endless, and it only gets 10 times more complicated once you factor in Shaddoll Core and Sinister Saddle games. It's enough to make your head spin and your butthole tighten. But this game doesn't ride solo. They need a light engine to feed Construct. Here are some known accomplices of the game. Lightsworn, bitches. Artifacts, bad bitches. Blackluster Soldier and his androgynous little brother Valor, big bad bitches. Chaos Dragons, not that bad actually. But the biggest, baddest, Lady Gaga bad bitch of all is Super Polymerization. This card lets them fusion summon Winda or Construct using one of your monsters. And don't even think about trying to stop it because you can't respond to this card. Now that's ugly. So now that we've discussed the MO of these bullies, it's time to go over how to stand up against them. Here are some foolproof plans that work against any kind of bully. Dump water on the deck. If their deck is ruined, call a judge and they will disqualify them. Ask a friend to sit behind them. Information is power, and if you know his hand, you'll know how to beat him. If you can't stop them from going off, you can always just push them. Play Chainburn. They can't bully you if they can't play YuGiOh. Gift card, gift card, gift card, bad reaction to some bullshit. And finally, if you can't beat them, just join them. I won't blame you for jumping on the Shaddoll bandwagon. I would do it myself if I wasn't already $200 deep into Burning Abyss. But all jokes aside, there are some actual ways to stand up against Shadolls. You have to side heavily. They set everything, so Nobleman is great to clear their deck of Hedgehog or Falco. Remember, they recycle their Shaddoll Fusion. That's why this deck is so tough to break. Banish those as soon as you see them. And since Winda and Construct are fusion monsters, Defusion is a great way to ruin their plays. It puts the cards back into the extra deck so they can't recycle Shaddoll Fusion or resurrect with Falco. Prison. Not the most useful, but anything that can banish without destroying is great for dealing with Winda. Magic Jammer, Dark Bribe, whatever you can do to get around Fusion would be great. But a fun way to get around Shaddoll Fusion is Book of Moon. Remember how I told you that if you control a monster from your extra deck, they can fusion summon using monsters from their deck? If they activate Shaddoll Fusion and you chain by booking your extra deck monster, they will either have to use material from their hand or the fusion will just fizzle. Pretty useful ruling. And of course, there are the usual floodgates. They all stop the bullies from gaining their effects. And since they've only got 3 MSTs, you're free to give them wedgies while they try to draw into their back row hate. So to summarize, going up against a Shaddoll player is like going up against any bully, but this deck is only as mean as the player. Not every bully knows what they're doing, but if you know what you're doing, you can play around their effects easily. And remember, bullies are only mean because they're compensating for their own insecurities. Pay attention to their weaknesses and misplays. Hit them where it hurts. This deck has a very slow start, so go on the offensive as quickly as possible. The second you have them playing reactively, you will gain the advantage. So good luck taking down Shadolls. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any tips of your own, be sure to comment and let everybody know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next session of After School YuGiOh. Hey everybody, before I wrap up this video, I just want to make a quick shout out to Team Ragnarok of Orange County. They helped us secure about 20 more likes for the next rate YouTuber competition, and I think that's going to help bring us to the top 4. And again, the reason why I'm doing After School YuGiOh is to help new players like myself learn how to play new decks. So if you have any new decks that you want to learn, comment below and I'll try my best to make a video about them. Thanks again, and see you next time.